Well, hello. I want to start this week's video with a question. Have you ever been told that you're too sensitive, that you need to have a thicker skin? My name is Terri Cole. I'm a licensed psychotherapist, a relationship expert, and the founder of the Real Love Revolution. If you've been told that you're too sensitive and that you need to have a thicker skin, or that you overreact to things in life, there's really nothing wrong with you. This could actually be you being a highly sensitive person, otherwise known as being an empath, where this could actually turn into your superpower instead of feeling like a weakness. So, in this video, I'm going to give you a bunch of signs. It's more like a quiz that you can say yes or no to, and this will tell you if you indeed are an empath. So, the first one is exactly what I said, is that people will point it out to you and say, you're so sensitive, or they notice that you wear your emotions on your sleeve. Maybe they'll say that, right? Negativity overwhelms you. That's number two. You don't, negativity is really hard for you to be around. You do not like being in crowded places. So you don't love a mall or like a huge stadium concert. You're feeling all of this energy and it feels stressful. Your intuition is excellent about things. You have a strong intuition about things that maybe nobody has told you, but you just know. You're really sensitive to pain is another one, really sensitive to pain. You feel other people's feelings, which is major. You avoid negative media images and are really traumatized by that experience. And why I'm talking about this is because I'm definitely a highly sensitive person. I fall into all of these categories. I never knew what it meant, but I did see a really stressful, painful, sort of a torture type movie when I was in 6th grade. My mother didn't know I was seeing it, and I actually couldn't go to school for 3 days. I would go to school, I would think about what happened in that movie, and I would break down crying my eyes out and have to go home. So my mother just thought I was really sensitive and maybe there was a reason. And as I got older, I realized the reason is that I am an empath. And this is why I'm a psychotherapist for a living and do what I do. But I didn't know when I was younger, I didn't know that there was a word for it. And once you know that you are a highly sensitive person, there's a way that you can be in the world that really helps you out, right? So that you can, instead of feeling like you're a house and you don't even have any doors, no actual doors, anything can come in and out. When you know that you're a highly sensitive person, and in the next video, I'll teach you the things that you can do to really harness the power of that sensitivity, but also to protect your energy, which is really important. You can tell when someone is not being truthful. That is another indication that you're a highly sensitive person. You are a dumping ground for other people's problems. So have you ever had this where people just want to tell you their deepest, darkest secrets, even if it's someone who you barely know? I find that strangers will just want to tell me their stuff. And all of my life, even when I was young. And again, I just thought, oh, maybe I just have a friendly face, or, you don't really understand why things are happening the way they are until you live long enough to see it as this massive pattern in your life. You have a very vibrant inner life, right? You can imagine things. You may be very creative. You may be involved with the arts. You feel really close to animals. That sounds crazy, right? How is that connected? But it is. You really enjoy your relationship with your pets. You have real relationships. And that's a deeper sensitivity where you can sort of feel a real love connection with your pets, which is interesting. So if that's you, you're a highly sensitive person or an empath. You're also really sensitive to sounds and sensory feelings, right? A lot noise, really harsh, acrid smells you don't like. You don't want to be in a place where the decibel level is really high. You're very sensitive to that. And you notice the nuances or the delicacies in smell, in touch, in sounds. Where when I used to be a talent agent years ago, I always thought I could have been a voiceover agent because I could recognize people's voices when, clients that we represented. If I heard them on the radio or heard them on television, I would know exactly who it was. And I was like, wow, is that just some weird special skill? Again, I mean, a special skill that was doing nothing for my life, right? Like, who cares? But again, it's goes into me not knowing that I was a highly sensitive person then, and maybe you have the same thing. You're not great at multitasking. You don't love multitasking, right? There's so much stimuli that comes at you when you're multitasking, and to really do things well, it's better for you to do them one at a time, right? You're also very sensitive to self-absorbed people. You don't really like self-absorbed people or narcissists. People who are always putting themselves first, people who are very insensitive to the feelings of other people really bother you. You're very dialed into that, and you don't like that. You are a great listener. You are a really great listener if you're an empath. Another thing that when I started understanding what an empath was, I couldn't believe how true it was, is that you can almost feel like a collective feeling during certain days of the week. Does that make sense? So I used to feel on Sundays, I would have this overwhelm of like anxiety or feeling sad or bad. I didn't want the weekend to end, but I really didn't feel that way inside. It was like I was feeling someone else's feeling. So if you notice that maybe you feel lighter on Fridays because a lot of people, working people are feeling happier, you may be dialed into like a collective feeling. And another thing about highly sensitive people is that you want to be stimulated. Like you get bored easily. It's hard for you to fake interest. So if you're bored, you'll just go to daydreaming. You'll go into that place in your mind that is such a rich place of imagination and there's so much going on in your mind that if you're bored, that is where you'll go. Other things about highly sensitive people is that they can be very sensitive to drugs and alcohol. Things that may not affect others deeply may affect you deeply. And you also may be prone to having gastrointestinal problems or lower back pain because you're trying to process all of this information that is coming at you all the time. And again, if you haven't learned how to protect your energy, you're really taking in so much all of the time. So I am going to do a whole other video about how to maximize, like how to protect yourself being an empath, yes, but how to use these skills for the good of your own life and for the good of other people. But you can only do that once you're really aware of what a skill set it is that you have and how important your intuition is, and to believe your gut instinct about things. And trust me, the older you get, the more you're dialed into being a highly sensitive person, the easier it will be for you to harness the power of that rather than sort of feeling victimized by it. Because in the beginning, when you're young, the last thing I wanted to say about a symptom you may have is you may feel very fatigued all the time. You may feel very exhausted and you're not positive why you're so tired. And part of this is that you are trying to process so much information all the time. And that is really exhausting. So I'm going to give you 2 things right now that you can do. If you know that you're an empath, and then the next video will be all the things that you can do. So I don't want to do 2 videos that are the same, but I want you to get the information, right? So one thing that you can do is water, it can be very cleansing of energy. And when you're an empath, you have energy that sort of sticks to you. So you can take a bath. If you have a bath, try to take a bath daily in Epsom salts and real salt, like table salt, because Epsom salt will clear the energy from your body, but regular table salt will clear the energy from your energy field, which are 2 different things, which in the next video I'll talk more specifically about. And in the tub, you can also put a little bit of apple cider vinegar, maybe a quarter of a cup, put a little lavender oil because it smells great. And just see this as a way of you cleansing your own energy. And while you're in there, you can just close your eyes and call back your energy. Like with your eyes closed, you can just literally do this motion of, I'm calling back all of my own energy. Because a lot of the times, as an empath or a highly sensitive person, you may be giving your energy away in a way that you were unaware of. So we sort of call back the energy as a way to get our power back in life. So if you liked this information, if you feel like it was helpful, I would love for you to share it with other people. So like it and share it on social media. And those of you women, if you're not already a part of my Real Love Revolution, I have a free group on Facebook and I give you a whole bunch of free gifts. I would love for you to go to terricole.com/RLR for Real Love Revolution. And you can just put your name in there and I'll send you a bunch of free meditations and a whole bunch of ways for you to be empowered in your life. I hope you guys have the most amazing week. And as always, take care of you.